We are in a dire situation when it comes to such a crucial bilateral relationship, so crucial for trade, so crucial for our tourism and education industry as well, yet we've never seen the relationship in such a state. Now, we said yesterday, I told you yesterday, that the way through for Australia here, Australia cannot and should not back down. We are a self-respecting nation that believes in justice, transparency and accountability, things that China does not respect. So we should not back down, but we need other countries to speak up. And the good news is that the UK has stood up to China in the last 24 hours, announcing that there'll be more restrictions on Chinese company Huawei's involvement in the UK 5G network. And also our friend across the ditch, Jacinda Ardern, has gently, quietly, modestly, but nonetheless directly stood up for Australia when it comes to that repulsive tweet that China directed at our country yesterday. Here's the New Zealand Prime Minister.
New Zealand has registered directly with Chinese authorities our concern over the use of that image. It was an unfactual post, and of course that would concern us. So that is something that we've raised directly in the manner that New Zealand does when we have such concerns.
Good on you, Jacinda. Stick up for your Australian cousins. It's only the decent and right thing to do. But the Chinese embassy in Australia has issued a statement, and again it is belligerent, and again it sticks a finger in the face of Australia. They do not regret anything about this repulsive tweet. They don't take a backward step at all. And towards the end of the statement, this Chinese embassy official statement says, all of this is obviously not helpful to resetting of bilateral relationship. It's our advice that the Australian side should face up to the crimes committed by Australian soldiers in Afghanistan, as if Australia's not doing that, by the way. And it goes on to say, we also urge the Australian side to face up to the crux of the current setback in the bilateral relationship and take constructive, practical steps to help bring it back to the right track. Again, this is blame shifting from China, trying to say it's all Australia's fault, when of course we all know that Australia has stood open and willing to fly to Beijing, to have meetings, to take phone calls. Australia is willing to talk this through and look at these problems. China has been belligerent. But as we heard from the Defence Minister, Linda Reynolds, speaking to Kieran Gilbert earlier, Australia will stand its ground.
Under Scott Morrison's leadership, we will always, and we do always, stand up for our nation's sovereignty. And whether it's foreign interference, whether it's cyber incursion, and whatever nation who is seeking to interfere with our nation, we will stand up for our nation's rights.
Well said, Linda Reynolds. She, the Foreign Minister Marise Payne, the Prime Minister Scott Morrison, the Trade Minister Simon Birmingham, they've all got to be careful. We must stand our ground, not forgive, not try and seek apologies, not try and apologise for our behaviour. Let me correct myself. Just stand our ground and stand up for a strong, straightforward, realistic and pragmatic relationship. We've got nothing to apologise for, and we want to engage with China on equal terms. We should not have to put up with this sort of bullying behaviour, and we should not kowtow to China. There will be plenty of people in business and politics criticising the government for standing up to China because the repercussions are tough. But we all have to stand by our government, not try and inflame the situation, but stand up for Australia's values and interests.